Hello, good morning, students. Welcome to today's session. I am Mrs. Savita Pujari, your English teacher. We'll be learning today about sugarcane, sweets. Now, who likes sweets? I think there is no one who doesn't like sweets like chocolates, cakes, pastries, kheer, ice creams, yummy. Everyone's mouth started watering? Okay, you know what makes cake, chocolate, ice cream sweet? Yes, sugar. And without sugar, all these things would be tasteless. So, in today's session, I'll be telling you about the story of sugarcane. Now, in a distant place like Jamaican Hills, where tall green grasses are grown in the hot sun, and these giant grasses is known as sugarcane. Sugarcane is mainly a tropical plant, and it is grown where there is enough of rain and sunlight. So it is grown in the countries like Kenya, Central America, Brazil, India, Philippines, Australia, as well as West Indies. It is one of the tallest of the grass family. Its height is about 4.5 meters. Okay, but it is not as height as the bamboo tree. You have seen bamboo trees, it is also very tall. And the bamboo tree's height is about 30.5 meters. So if you look at the sugar cane, the stalk, that is the stem of the sugar cane, is very thin. And on the top you can find the leaves. The stalk is the place where you find the juice. The sugar cane is of course very large, but the sap, the juice inside the stalk, is very sweet. Now, this about sugarcane, many people had known a long time before. In India, at least 3000 years ago. The soldiers of Darius, that is the Persian emperor, he was the first person who saw it near the river Indus in around 510 BC. And then he took this plant to the Persia and Arabs, and then to the Egypt. The word sugar is formed by the Arabic word. In olden times, the people used to use honey for sweetening. That time the sugar was not found, so they used to use honey, but it was very expensive. So the people who used to travel, the religious people, the crusaders, they greeted sugar in the Middle East, and later they brought it in southern Spain, in Spain, with it till it grows today. But Columbus, on his second voyage, that is in 1493, he took some Spanish seedling along with him to West Indian and the island called Santo Domingo. And there this sugarcane grew splendidly, very well. Why? Because the climate was just right for it. Now this sugar was a very luxury item in those days. So the person who used to do the sugarcane plantation was a rich man. He used to become a rich man. So some people called it as a white gold. And the countries fought for this, for the islands. Even the pirates. Pirates are the sea thief. So they also looted the shores for the rich. And these were the days where even the soft drinks or the favorite drinks were made out of sugar. But those were the days of slavery. The people were slaves in 17th and 18th centuries. So the people, the men and women, they were brought to work in this sugar plantation. Sugar grows well in West Indies. But in the olden days, the sugarcane used to be cut by hand. There was a special knife known as machete. The people used to do the harvesting with the help of the knife by their hand. But nowadays, more machines are used where they cut the lawn and again the grass is grown and again you can find the sugar cane. Now this sugar cane's sap is very sweet. Sap means juice is very sweet. So it is taken, the plantation after cutting, it is taken to the factory, the sugar mill. And where these long sugar canes are first cut into small pieces and then they are crushed between the heavy rollers to squeeze out all the juice. You might have seen in the shop, sugarcane juice shop, when you went to drink sugarcane juice, they keep the sugarcane in between the rollers and squeeze the juice. Nothing is wasted in that. The leaf at the top of the sugarcane is used as animal food. It is given to the animals. And the leftover, that is after removing the juice, whatever is left over, that is used for a fuel in the boilers. Or you can make even paper. It is used for making paper and board. So now this juice is brown in color and murky liquid. Murky means little thick and brown. So it should be cleaned. Some impurities, they settle down, but fully it is not cleaned. So you have to clean this juice. For that, they are kept for boiling. The juice is kept for boiling in big boilers. And the lime juice is added in that. And then it is boiled again. It is boiled for some time, and after some time you can find sugar crystals appearing in the syrup. And now this sugar is separated from the syrup with the help of a giant spin dryer. There is a huge drum which speeds around the syrup and spins off the sugar crystal remains. And whatever is sugar is formed, that is removed, that is separated from that syrup. And this is how the sugar is formed. Everybody understood how you get sugar from sugar cane? That how the sugar is taken to the factory and then it is cut into smaller pieces. Then it is put inside the rollers so that the juice is squeezed out, removed from that. And that juice is cleaned and then kept for boiling in the boilers. And what is added in that? Lime. The lime juice is added. And after boiling for some times, the sugar crystals appear. And to separate the sugar crystals, it is put it in the giant spin drivers. And this huge drum speeds around the syrup and spins off the sugar crystals. This is how you get the sugar, what we find in the house. Mummy prepares tea with the sugar. This is how the sugar crystals are formed. I hope you understood this lesson. Thank you.